Now we are going to discuss about users. A user is a person who has access to the ERP system. So first of all, we have to type the username, admin, and password, and then login. So we can configure the user's preferences in settings. You can select settings from here and here also, and click on settings, and then the users, and again users. Over here we can find the different users in the system available in the system, and then we can create a new user by clicking on create button. Over here, first of all, we have to give a username like Abraham, and then set a login name and his password. Okay, and then we can set the language for the particular user. If it's English, click on English, or else we have to select other languages, and we can give the time zone of that user over here. Like we can select in time zone, okay. And then over here, the sales department in which that particular user belongs, we can select the department and then the particular team. So if that user belongs to the sales group, we can select sales group, which comes under the sales department. We can give different access rights to each the particular sales team. And then over here, the email preference, like we can set the email ID of the person at gmail.com, and then the signature for that user. Signature, as we all know, it can be a text like which contains phone number, address, or such related details of that person, and etc. Like we can give a number like etc. And then click on the access rights tab, in which we can define the access rights of that particular user. If this user belongs to the sales department, we can select the access rights for that person in the sales department. He can be a user, just a user, or a manager, which has different access rights. So he can be the manager of a particular sales management department, and also he can have access to the accounting side, which can be invoicing and payment. So that particular user which belongs to a sales department can have access to the accounting and do invoicing and payment, and by default he is an employee of the human resource department. So these are the main things which we configure for a particular user, and then we have to save that particular user. Then we can come and view it over here, and later on we can edit the preferences by selecting that particular user and then clicking on edit button, and then over here we can again edit the signature or particular details of it. So this is all about the users, and next time we log in, we can log out from it and again the password, and then click on login. So this time that person has access only to sales and accounting department, and in sales he can create a sales order, and because he's a manager he can create a sales order, and after that he can do the accounting like invoicing and payment. So these were the access rights we selected for that user, and he is also having access to the human resource department. So these are the main parts of a main details related to a particular user. Then let's move on to the companies. Okay, click on settings, then select the companies tab and companies again. Over here we can view the different companies and its details. Click on a particular company, and over here we can set the company, see the company name and related things. So first of all, we have to give the general information like address, country, phone number, and then we can set a header and footer for the company mail ID. This will be the main format for of the header and footer of that company, which can be set over here, and the mail ID should be over here. And then the configuration, the main configuration which we can do over here is related to the currency. You can select the currency with which the company will be running, and such accounting details like bank accounts which can be created over here. And then so these will be the main settings related to a company, the logo which can be set, and then we can create another company, add a new company by clicking on create button, and again we can give the details required over here, like setting a name, okay, and street like you see anything, and give the important details, okay, anything in any particular country, and the mail ID. Okay, its website, header and footer, which by default you will be having this one, and over here you can give the company logo, the image which is required, and then in the configuration we can select the currency which is right now automatically set by the country, and then the bank account which can be set by clicking on the create button. So this is how we can manage the companies in our system, and we can view the different companies and edit its preferences later on. Okay, now moving on to the security. Here select the record rules. Okay, record rules are rules which you set for a particular record, like the expense management, like click on the expense. Here we can set the access rights for the particular record. So by clicking on the apply for create, we can remove the right to create such a record, and we can also limit the users which can use this record. So such provisions can be given in the record rules, and we can also add the groups like HR resource employees. So the employees can view and even create, read, write, delete such record rules. So these are the uses of record rules. Next is the sequence. We can view the sequence in settings, configuration, and then click on sequence and identifiers. Inside that we can see the sequence. Over here we can view the sequences in the system, and selecting a particular sequence from sale, okay, and click on sales order. So we can see the main parts in a sequence is the prefix, which we can give a prefix like SO, sales order, and then the number padding, the number of zeros after the sub prefix, and then the increment number, which shows the method of incrementing. Over here it's 1, so 1 number will be incremented after each sales order is generated. So these are the main parts in a sequence. It's actually used mainly used to sort the different sale orders and view it in the menu. Okay.